Hi friends, Svava Brooks here. How are we doing today? So good to be with you, and if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for popping in. We are on the healing journey here after trauma or abuse, and together we are working our way through my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self. Book is available on Kindle or Amazon, and we'd love to have you join us, participate in a chat here with our group, growing community, 5 times a week, 4 p.m. West Coast time. And so today we are on day 33. So thanks for joining. Thanks for popping in here. How are we doing today, friends? It is Friday. It's been a very busy week. So where are you right now, and what are you up to this evening? Hey Rob, how are you doing, my friend? You're still fishing? Awesome. You catching anything? Hey Sue. How are you doing, guys? Jaded through tiredness. Okay. All right. Hey, Nick. Welcome. And no fish. Well, I'm sorry, my friend. I have to tell you, secretly, I'm very happy for the fish right now. So, but you do you, boo-boo, right? Like my daughter tells me. Hey, Sue. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Oh, I love those flowers. I gotta add some more flowers to my chats and texts. You feel that way too, Rob? Good, good. So you're happy to see them just swimming by, right? You're not gonna capture them, so. Awesome, guys. So what do you guys have planned for this weekend? Or tonight even? Was it a good day? I saw that, Sue. I saw your post earlier. So glad to hear that you had a good day. Makes me so happy to hear that. You worked so hard. Yes, exactly. When one of us has a good day, we all get to celebrate. It's, you know, one for all for one, right? So I saw that you went on your bike ride. Got to hang out with some of your peeps. Peace is good. Yes, yes. And that's ultimately what we're working on, right, guys? Is to find peace right here. Just a little piece of peace, right? But it's to plant the seeds. I truly believe that, you know, finding peace in our world really needs to begin with each one of us. Finding peace in our hearts and in our heart of hearts, right? Like no matter where we are or what we're going through, it's really about keep pulling back, keep going inside, and just like, okay, just in this moment as I'm sitting here, whatever is going on around me or with other people, you know, I can still find peace. So just one breath at a time. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm so glad for you, Sue. And our friend Rob here is still fishing, so I also love the picture that you were sharing in the group, Rob, with your doggy. I'm sorry to hear that that doggy is no longer in your life, but what a cutie. Sue and I have cats. That's Dexter. Yeah. I grew up with dogs, and I was a dog person until I had a cat. That's right, Sue. Fishing can be, exactly. It's like a mindfulness practice, just being there, watching the river float, right? and just keep tossing the line out there, whether you're catching it or not. So, and then you went dog again. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I think animals have a way of showing up in our lives kind of when we need them, kind of like people. So I feel like we didn't have animals for a long time when the kids were younger. Good, Rob. Happy to hear that. Being more mindful while you're fishing. Good, good. But then we adopted our cat, Kevin. What is it, like 7 years ago? More, maybe? Yes. And our cat Kevin became my son's reading buddy. My son struggled, I've told you guys, being on the Asperger spectrum. Sitting still and focusing was hard, and reading was hard, and you know, he had to have some eye therapy, and so it was very hard for a long time. But it was interesting, every time he would sit with Kevin, it like he calmed down. There was something about holding Kevin that really helped him just to relax and being able to focus a little longer. And Kevin is like, you know, he only lets my son hold him the way he would just, you know, have him just kind of under his arm while he was sitting, you know, trying to read. And Kevin would not let anybody else hold him that way. He would always just jump up and leave. So they had a very special bond. So exactly. Very special cat. Very special cat. So anyways, guys, you guys know I'm going out tonight, right? Tonight is my daughter's first round of celebration of her birthday. But let's see here, Sue. My cat Kira has come and held my hand in her paws when I've been upset. I know, isn't that sweet? Kevin has done that for me too. When I've just been, you know, sobbing, crying, going through something, he'll come and sit with me. Just, you know, I'm here. They know. They're angels in disguise. My outfit looks great. All right, so you're saying I should wear this tonight? It's a very comfy shirt. I like it. I was going to dress up a little more, but we'll see. So maybe I'm going to curl my hair a little bit. We'll see how I feel once we're done here. But that's why I was gonna, let's get to business, right? Let's get going. You thought I was going out gear? Well, yeah, maybe. I like this color on me, so thank you. Glad you like it. You guys are so sweet. So sweet. See, I find the best friends to hang out with. You guys are pretty cool. So, are we ready to dig in a little bit? Sue has already done her journaling today and shared it, which was beautiful. So it shouldn't take us very long. So day 33, practice safety every day. And again, this is going to be a recurring theme, right? Because there's like, what does that even mean, right? When we first started the healing journey, safety, am I not always safe, right? Who is safe, who's not safe, right? But here's the thought for today. When you connect your heart with your mind, your thoughts and feelings create the safety you need to trust yourself and others. So the question is, how are you practicing safety today? And the other question is, what is your heart saying to you right now about safety? Thoughts? Comments? Your thoughts and feelings create the safety that you need to trust yourself, right? So we're talking a little bit about mindfulness in a way, right? Is to come back to the only way we really know we're safe is if we're here now. I've needed to trust myself more, Sue, right? Never did. Exactly. They can be at odds. That's right. That's right. But it's like creating this new awareness, right? Because we're starting to recognize that the feeling of safety doesn't really come from out here. It comes from within here, right? And so learning to be more aware of what's going on inside of us and the feelings of safety that we're, the thoughts and the feelings that are coming here, which means we have to maybe stop and slow down throughout our day and pay attention, right? And I just want to say, we have to be gentle with ourselves. Very, very important on this journey when we start going inwards. If it's new to us, and once we start putting together the pieces, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel scary, right? It can be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea, right? Or feeling overwhelmed from all the feelings perhaps that we are getting in touch with. Exactly. Believing, Sue, good. Believing my feelings rather than denying them. Exactly. So we are analyze your thinking as the negative thoughts arise. Exactly. But we can't do any of that if we're just mindlessly going through our day, right? Just kind of going through the motion, very disconnected from our bodies or even our thoughts. We're just kind of on autopilot, right? So coming back, being mindful and, how am I feeling kind of moment to moment, and start just with maybe in the morning or in the evening, assess in the morning. Exactly. Awareness is key. Exactly. And I loved what you shared, Sue, in the group, because it's exactly, the thing that you can do something about. If we're not paying attention to, the alarm going off inside that's trying to get our attention, right? We can't do anything about it. But now that you're starting to recognize how some of that is held in your body and how it feeds this information to your mind, right? And your body wants to respond, you're actually paying attention to, how is my body feeling? Am I feeling really tense? And when we're out in life, with our head down and really, really tight, chances are we're responding to life kind of with a knee-jerk reaction, right? We're not open, grounded, and present to like, that was interesting. Something just happened here, and I'm noticing something happening in here. How do I want to respond to this? What do I want to say here? Or how do I want to answer this question or this inquiry? So it's kind of managing a few parts, and that's why I'm going to be putting this, and this is in the book, kind of throughout the year as you're going through. So how mindful and present am I? And because it is ultimately, you're here now. Exactly. You're staying calm. You're here in the present moment, right? But sometimes it feels when we go in there that the anxiety is still as if it's from the past, but then is to remember, I know those feelings are still in here, but I'm getting prepared to create a safe space for them, for my inner child, to communicate them to me in a safe way, right? So that's how we start to practice safety. We start to feel safer in our body once we recognize what's happening. Like, we aren't just automatically things are going off. And I do recognize, Rob, what you shared here is that sometimes you may go into, fight, flight, or freeze. And if a situation makes you just kind of shut down, then perhaps, a little bit later, you recognize, oh, wow, that just happened. And instead of saying something or removing myself, I must not have felt safe. Or I just shut down and said nothing. So it's to notice when that happens. Again, Nope, you're not broken or stupid. That used to happen to me quite a bit too, Rob. I would be in places and then all of a sudden I could just find myself retreat, like internally, like all of a sudden I felt like there was an invisible wall between me and what was happening, right? And then I would go home or shift out of the situation and then I'd be like, wait a minute, what happened? You know, why didn't I communicate? Why wasn't I more present? I don't exactly know why. Something in the environment, I didn't feel safe. So that's how I responded. It's okay, baby girl. It's okay. You're here now and we've been working on it. Exactly. It can feel like a lapse. And that's just good information for you. That's just good information. And what then starts to happen is like you start to catch yourself sooner and sooner. And that's where, exactly, Sue. That's a version of dissociation. And again, this is normal. Your nervous system, when, will go into fight, flight, or freeze, right? When it experiences real or imagined threat, it will retreat or respond in that way. But our job, because we've been trained, right, to do that. But our job here now is to be more mindful as we go throughout our life and see, well, how often do I just check out? Do I just disassociate? So we need to train ourselves kind of, if we can, moment to moment to check in. Okay, take a deep breath. Yes, I'm here. I hear you, Rob. So be gentle with yourself. Really be gentle with yourself, my friend. This is perfectly normal. This is perfectly normal. I understand. And you've given me, some of your history or what happened to you. This is normal. This is normal that your body would respond this way. And so please be gentle with yourself. But, I want to celebrate you and honor you for you're here. And you are clearly, part of you is willing to re-engage and you're learning this information. And so know that this just takes a little bit of time. Takes a little bit of time to honor your body that has worked so hard and kept you safe. And it's been fighting on your behalf. It really has. So you're getting there. You're getting there and you're doing great. You're doing great. So, again, learning to be present to this moment. Exactly. It is positive, Rob. It is. But at the same time, it also kind of can bring us the heartache of, what was or what could have been, you know what I mean? All those questions that can come up when we start to recognize what happened. So again, be gentle with yourself on that and just practice starting to show up for yourself and want, you're here now, you're being present to your life and engaging and choosing to interact in a safe way. And that's the first step. That's the first step. And you have found a group of people who are just like you. Sue and I are just like you. And our other friends, Mel, and Nora, we're all on some level dealing, with similar body reactions. Exactly. Yeah, this is the human condition. So, and then the other part, so Rob, my ex's mom died and I was carrying on what seemed as if nothing but happened, but months later it hit. Yes, I hear you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. It hurts us when, when we lose someone we've cared about or has been in our lives. Even sometimes people that we haven't cared about that much, or even that hurt us. it still has a deep impact on us. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. That was your body's best effort. Good. Good. I'm glad to hear my words are calming for you. Good. Because you're not alone. Yeah. And I mean, just similarly, I just shared yesterday, remember when our car was stolen, I went into kind of a shock or kind of like a freeze state in a way. And I didn't realize I had taken a step back for myself in a way. And it took a couple weeks. And it wasn't until actually I did a class to kind of professionally, learn more about, the embodiment of trauma. And I had to do some exercises in the class that I actually realized, oh my gosh, I've been kind of disassociated since the car was stolen, right? And I had to be really careful of like, what do you mean? Exactly, they do. They do. They do make it hard. But the thing is, the more you and I and Sue and other people here that join us, we learn how we respond under stress. When we really understand it and can feel it on our own skin, then we can also see it in other people, right? And it's then easier to recognize that most of the time when people, respond, exactly, I hear you. Exactly. When people respond, we can see what's happening a little bit, but when we it looks that they're not being themselves, And just, was it last week or the week before? I had something similar happen with a friend of mine, a good friend that, she was on the phone with me and she was, she wasn't accusing me, but she was just felt hurt by me, or she was worried I was gonna hurt her or take advantage of her, or that I hadn't kept up with my part of the agreement or something. And I listened to her and I could hear this wasn't my friend. This was her, but this wasn't the part that was connected to me. I mean, she was clearly disconnected somehow, and the things that she was saying had nothing to do with me. So I just listened to her and gave her a safe space to just vent, to talk about her upset and her fear. And then when she was done, I just really gently, talked back, in a way that I kind of brought her back. And just sweet friend, I hear what you're saying, but this isn't really what's happening right now, but it sounds like something happened and that you've been triggered. I know our friendship and that I keep my word, you know what I mean? So, but it was hard because all of a sudden she was almost attacking me, thinking I had attacked her or I had done something to her. It was fascinating. I was kind of whoa, what's happening, right? So yeah, like you say, Rob, hey friend, thanks for joining us here. It is when we understand what happens when we are hurt or we're traumatized, good, then we kind of start to see it again in other people. And again, that helps to have some more compassion for others. And especially important for us to have some compassion towards ourselves. We haven't been given the support, the space to kind of just slowly come back into ourselves. And so part of what I'm planting seeds here with you guys is a little bit of mindfulness practice. And yes, we are gonna, I don't want to say make mistakes, but we are gonna fall off the balance or have a misstep, right? But then we count on the people that love us. Like my husband told me a week or so into it, he was like, Svava, are you sure you're okay? You seem off. And I remember even telling him, yeah, I'm okay, but I think that car thing rattled me a little bit, but I'm fine, right? so I mean, knowing it, but it's still my biology, again, probably because of my childhood, was really just, right? It really took me down an unexpected path. So I am really glad that you're having this insight, Rob, and that you're here to share it with us. But be gentle with yourself, my friend. Yes, yes. Thank you. I am blessed. I have a super special guy in my world. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. He was, my rock, or still is. He was like my only support person for a very long time, because I cut my family out of my life for a long time. My siblings for 15 years, my mom for about 5 years, because they just pressed the crazy tapes, I call them. They knew all the buttons to press to set me off down on a really dark spiral of shame and self-hate and not believing that, I was gonna make it or make it through, so to speak. So yes, so that's why we need people in our lives that get it and that can hold our space. And then, for us to learn the language of, I need a little reality check. I'm feeling off. I feels like, when we can, right? We may not always catch ourselves in the middle. We may catch ourselves a week later or 2 days later. But over time, we start to slowly come back to it. And then we start to catch ourselves in the moment. And that's why it's a good practice. Like I said, practice in the morning. Check in with yourself. How are you doing? How's your body feeling? How is your wounded self feeling? And once you start to develop that relationship with that part of you, and even journal a little bit. I'm feeling okay for a long time. I'm like, what do you want me to write about, right? I woke up, right? That was what I wrote in my journal. But over time, you start to notice, I'm feeling grounded. I'm feeling, joy, or I'm feeling a little anxious, or I had a really, hard dream, or I was, just starting to name things, sensations that you're feeling in your body. And then set the intention for the day. And then, being mindful and starting the day in your body, in your mind, really being present, being here and now. And then maybe at the end of the day, check again at night. So how am I doing? Looking over the day. How was my day? The day went by, I barely remember anything, right? Or no, today I was pretty intentional, and I felt this, or felt anxious about that, or I was feeling this about this, just to kind of, again, the reflection. So the second question for today was, what is your heart saying to you right now about your safety? And again, Sue, if you want to share, you had a lovely share in the Facebook group, feeling like it had been a pretty good week. So like for me, even here in this moment with you guys, I'm feeling a lot of gratitude. A lot of gratitude here. Can feel you guys. Tuning into you, Rob, not invading anybody's space. I can just feel a little bit the weight on your heart. It's gonna be okay, my friend. It's gonna be okay. You're not alone. And Sue had mentioned just feeling at peace. Yes, good. Today I felt peaceful, which isn't familiar, but it was good. Exactly. So even journal about that, Sue. Like, what does it really feel? What's the embodiment of a peaceful feeling? What do you notice in your stomach, in your heart, in your shoulders, or what are the thoughts, right? Really start to like take ownership over like remembering what this feeling is. The sunset was awesome, exactly. And that's it. Once you start feeling peace in your body and in your heart, all of a sudden what you see out here is beautiful. What you see out here is magnificent. What you see out here is people are wonderful. People are doing the best they can, right? Because you are at peace. You see peace. And then you're more present to be open to receiving the beauty and the glory of nature and what this world is bringing to us. Because it is quite amazing. But we can't, right? It's hard when we're hurting and tight and closed up and shut down. So this is like our birthright, right? Yes. Find peace. I just had to smell flowers when out walking, but mindfulness is deeper. Yes. But it's also important, you know, how can I say? Yes, I go out there and that's what I do too. I go out and smell the flowers. You know, that's definitely, you know, one layer of practice, and that's a good practice in its on its own in itself. It is, because most people don't. But you will also recognize there is a deeper connection that you start to experience once you practice that more and more over time. So like they say, I was reading a quote here. Let's see if I can pop it up here on my computer. I was just looking through it earlier. It says, mindfulness is not a quick fix. In order for mindfulness to be effective, extensive practice is required. But I also think, you know, like, yeah, just going out there and smell the roses, or like I shared earlier in this week when I bought myself flowers, and then I'm choosing a few minutes with my morning tea to enjoy the beauty of them. Yes, hearing the birds sing. Peace today was more than that. Yes. Exactly. I also know, Sue, you're starting to connect more with your body. So it's like we are the receiver of the feeling, of embodiment of the feeling, right? Exactly. Yes. Rob, beautiful. You notice your surroundings, but the moment I can be in the moment, but study. Exactly. It's like we're developing this witness. We are becoming witness of in the moment. I hope that makes sense. And then here, mindfulness is not the only way to reduce stress or increase well-being, nor is it right for everybody. People should choose an approach that matches their interests or needs, whether it's mindfulness, physical exercise, cognitive behavioral therapy, or some other approach. And striving to become more mindful is likely to create lower levels of mindfulness because it involves a future mindset, right? That's what I love about what he was sharing here. It's aimed at achieving something that is not here. That is not here yet. Mindfulness means connecting with the here and now and letting go of striving. Just fully embody and embrace this moment. Just here. Just sitting here with you guys. So exactly. It's not something to strive. Nope. That takes away the beauty, right? So you don't have to go along with any feeling. No. And it's more just about, you know, being present in the moment, and whatever comes up, just allow it. Just to kind of, just like you're out there noticing the flowers and hearing the birds sing, whatever arises in the moment, whatever thinking, it's like you just let it pass by. You're not giving it your focus or attention or taking action on it, right? So, hope that makes sense. The goal of mindfulness practice is not to eliminate negative experiences or think positively. It's important that participants understand that mindfulness practice may in fact intensify negative or unpleasant experiences. In fact, mindfulness is about learning to recognize, allow, and be with all of our experiences, whether pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So what we can begin to exercise choices and responsiveness in our lives. Exactly. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. It's about just quieting our minds, really just finding that still place within. So, that was our journaling or challenge to the day, practicing safety. And again, we have all the things. We are equipped with all the things that we need to find peace. Yes, Sue, I'm happy for you going on a retreat. That sounds wonderful. Can't wait to hear all about it. And that's, one thing for myself, more and more, I really treasure my alone time and my time alone in nature. Rob, just like you, I love just being out there and noticing the trees and the flowers. And I walked this morning with my daughter, and I can see the crocuses are starting to come up. They're so cute, these teeny tiny on the grass, and it was just so lovely. It feels like spring out today. It's not that cold. Still pretty soggy and wet around here. It rains a lot too where you guys are from, so I know you can relate. So, any other comments or questions, guys? This was good. Good stuff. What's good stuff here? Okay, so it's warmer here. You thought my top was sleeveless? No, I have blankets. I'm a little cold. It's actually a scarf. I love scarves. I always have scarves around. So, yes. So I may go put on another shirt before I go out and curl my hair a little bit. So, but I'm excited. I haven't been to a karaoke bar in years. No, I did not think you were mad. Not at all. No. Nope. It takes quite a bit, Rob, for me to think people are mad. No. Did not cross my mind at all. So, well, thank you guys. Have a great weekend. I won't see you until Monday. Yes, I will tell you all about it on Monday. Karaoke tonight, yes. I'm feeling a little anxious about it, but I'm gonna just go have fun. Let my inner teenager come out, my dancing queen. Let her come out and just have fun. So we'll see how it goes, right? Thank you. I will, I promise. I will sing. I will tell my family I have to sing. I have my friends, they believe in me. I told them I was gonna do it, so I commit. I will go sing. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. I'll see you Monday. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Yes, Sue, you got it. I believe in you guys, and I appreciate you so much, so much. Keep up the good work, guys. Night, night.